Hi everyone, welcome to my SilverStone SUGO 16 Mini ITX PC Cube case build video. It's not going to be long this time, so without further ado let's start from unboxing. SilverStone SUGO 16 comes in quite simple carton box. Inside we've got all steel cube case itself and some accessories. This computer case is one of not so many all steel construction cases. There is no plastic or glass made parts, besides dust filters. Speaking of build quality, first impression is very good. It is compact, sturdy cube case, which could perfectly house mini ITX motherboard, 172mm processor cooler, 275mm long graphic processor, and SFX power unit. Besides that, it is possible to install two of 120mm case fans and 2.5-inch hard drive or SSD. The case itself is very easy to assemble. It is all just some sort of plug and play. Inside we've got standard array of good quality connectors. In general, all parts of this chassis is looking good. There is also a little plastic bag with different kind of accessories, including montage screws, plastic tighteners and 4 rubber feet. For this build I would use premium class AMD AM4 motherboard from Asrock, powered by Ryzen 7X processor, which is cooled down by Noctua U12S CPU cooler. Besides that, I've got AMD RX 6600 GPU, 600W SFX power unit from Corsair, with couple of Noctua 120mm fans and 64GB 32MHz Corsair-made RAM. Firstly, I'm going to install 120mm exhaust fan on the back side of the case. It might be not entirely usual placement, but it works quite good when you're dealing with serious lack of physical space. I already installed two NVMe SSD on the motherboard, so I'm going to install one more 120mm Noctua fan in so-called pull configuration on the CPU cooler. There is not so much space inside the case. As I already said, only one SSD could be fitted in. The good thing is that this particular motherboard has two NVMe slots built in, so there would be no storage problem. Now it's time for GPU. RX 6200 is not a new model and you can get it on cheap these days, but it is still quite capable part. 8GB of dedicated memory is more than enough for most of the things. In this kind of situations, where chassis is quite small, one really need to think twice which component goes in first. And now, with not much of an effort, looks like this build is fully assembled. So let's fire it up and take a look at the whole picture. As expected, everything works well and seems to be right after the first start up. Now let's finish the assembly and check out the thermals. I've chosen this case due to its size and fully metal build. The only thing I'm not entirely happy with is the vertical placement of the components. Luckily for me, this case could be used horizontally as well as vertically, so I've just glued a couple of sturdy metal feet to the side, and here we go, it's horizontal. I have to say that I really like the final look of this build. These two fans are quite powerful, therefore could create very good airflow inside the case. It is quite small, relatively silent, and really capable desktop. Now let's take a look at the thermals. Nothing fancy, just one real-life test with DaVinci Resolve BlackMagic raw speed test, whereas it is very easy to see what this machine could be capable of. As you can see, thermals look quite good in here. 4760 Celsius on the processor and about 34 Celsius on the motherboard. SilverStone SUGO 16 is a very good case. Well built, well thought through, and not expensive. I would recommend this chassis for casual gaming or workstation builds. Could be also good for small audio studio or multimedia center. Have to point out that all components I've used for this video are premium class, so that kind of cool performance is not only the case itself, but also a good choice of the components. From the lesser, so to say, favorable points, I would name rather limited choice of connectors on the front side of the case. USB-C and SD card slot could make a dramatic improvement, indeed. And that would be all for now. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe, and I see you all next time.